Hey everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project planning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I'm doing another collab today with Ruth Foley. I am so excited. I'm so excited to be doing this one. She actually selected the palette and I'm just super pumped because it's nice to know like we have the same things, we can do the same kind of collab things together, and I love that so much because she's just the sweetest person. I laugh so hard watching her videos. She's so funny. She cracks me up all the time. She goes through products like crazy too. I don't know how she does it, but I mean, I try to, but it's like, I guess when you have so much in your collection, it gets to be overwhelming, but she just like does it. She like gets things done. I don't know how she does it, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the collab, and today we'll be using the Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty. It's so pretty. I love the cover of this. It's so gorgeous. And apparently we are currently in Mercury retrograde, I believe. So kind of worked out awesome. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. For those of you who have not seen it, you probably all have, but just in case, it's very beautiful. It's got some nice blues, sort of like neutral colors, a few like warm like berry shades, and some like cool tone purples and peaches. Really beautiful, really beautiful. So I haven't put like my primer on my eyes yet. I've done the rest of my face, but I haven't primed my eyes. So I will do that once I select my eyeshadow shades. So I'm gonna go ahead in pretty random. I have 18 shades in the palette. So you can see it here. So there's, let's see, 0 to 18. I don't know how well you'll see that. So we're gonna select 5 shades. So the first one is gonna be 17. I'll go over them with you in a second. 6, 2, 8, and 15. I'm so excited. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm really nervous. I'm like not even a little bit, I'm like really nervous. Okay, so 17 is Gold Glitch, which is right here. And I will swatch them on the back of my hand, so also I can kind of see like what am I gonna work with. So that is a very like textured gold color. I almost never wear golds, so we'll definitely work that in. I'll write this down here, Gold Glitch. Next is the shade 6, so that is the shade Haze, which is this nice minty sort of like teal sea foamy kind of whatever color, and that one looks like that. So there's the 2. We're starting off okay. So Haze. Number 2 is called Utopia, and Utopia is this shade right here. So it's a nice peach shade. So there's those 3. Number 8 is Galaxy, which kind of looks like a gold shade as well. Kind of like a shimmery gold shade as well, but a little more like cool toned, like taupey gold. Yeah, so there's those. Interesting. And the last shade is 15. So we have 6, oh my gosh, 12, 13, 14, 15 is the shade Supernova. I'm just going to write that down. Supernova, and it's the shade right here. Interesting. So I didn't actually get very many crazy bold colors. So this is like, I know that's probably fun for a lot of people, but for me, I like a lot of colors. So this is like, this is gonna test me here. So I have to figure out like, what do I want to do with this? And I think I kind of have an idea of what I could do with this. All right, let's get started. I'm going to use the eyeshadow primer from Milani. So just so you guys are aware, we also have 5 questions that we're going to be asking each other. Ruth has come up with the questions this time, and I'm so excited. I haven't really thought about them because I wanted it to be like spur of the moment. So let's see how this all goes. But currently I'm just taking my Milani eyeshadow primer and placing it like on my lids and just above. I also cut my brow, like the brow area, with a bit of a concealer from MAC. And so there's already some product there, so I don't have to put a primer there. And I might have to sneak in one more shade just to set that underneath the eye. But, you know, I don't think that'll be a big deal. So we're going to start off with the shade Utopia, which is the peachy shade right here. So we're going to start off with that color, and I'm just going to go in with a Morphe PK36. This does have some color. I'm going to grab my color switch tool actually. So this one's from Quo. You can get this in Canada at Shoppers Drug Mart. I'm just going to take some of that off. And then I'm going to go in with Utopia really lightly because I believe these are very pigmented. And I just want to bring that up into my crease. I might just wait and set my brow bone later, honestly, because like I always set it with like a cream color, but I want to stay true to like the 5 colors. So let's see what I can figure out with these 5 colors. All right, so the first question that Ruth has come up with is, how did you meet your significant other? So I met my husband actually at one of our jobs. We worked at 2 places seasonally together, and I saw him at both. I wasn't like interested in him at the time or anything, but I noticed that he was often alone on breaks and reading and stuff, and I thought, like, I was always big on hanging out with a lot of people and, you know, including everybody, and I thought like this guy's sometimes eating by himself or whatever, so like let's include him and like invite him to go on break with us or whatever. And I went over and I asked him if he wanted to come on break with my friends and I think he thought I was hitting on him, and he was like, no, I have a girlfriend, I'm not interested, like, no. And I was like, no, it's not like that, like, just, you know, I noticed that you're just sitting here reading your book or whatever, and I wanted to be, like, you know, welcoming, and if you're interested, like, come and hang out with my friends. He's like, no. I was like, okay. So that was that. Never talked to him again. And then, like, 3 years later, we kind of, I guess he was single at that time, and we connected through, now I can't remember what it's called, but it was like MSN, was there some kind of chatting thing or whatever at the time? And so you could see people's profiles and you could message them and stuff, like, you know, the good old days. Where it was like there's not like a chat room, but it was kind of like you choose a profile and you can send that person a message kind of thing. And so I did that, and I was like, hey, do you remember me? Like, we used to work together. And yeah, he was like, oh yeah, I remember you. And so we started talking, and it was like we talked like every single day. And he was single, I was single. I wasn't, again, like, it wasn't anything to be like going out with each other. It was just where we're gonna connect and hang out, just as friends. So we connected, and it was like instantaneous. We were like, okay, I like this, we're gonna continue the date. And it was from there on, that was it. We were together. It was really like not planned. It was it wasn't like potentially supposed to be a date. It was just supposed to be like hanging out and like seeing each other, like how are you doing, like catching up. But it turned out, like, you know, it turned out that we just were like into each other, so it worked out. The next question is my top 5 TV shows. Okay, so wait, first I've done Utopia. I kind of like the way that's looking. It's nice and soft. But now I'm going to go in with the shade Supernova, which is the shade right here. And I'm going to put that all on the like outer portion of my eye. So I'm going to use my Morphe M434 brush. And again, I'm just going to use my color switch because I have a lot of brushes that already been used, but they've only really been used like once because I like to switch my brushes up, especially when I use different colors. But these I can wipe these off really quickly with that. So I'm going to take the shade Supernova, and I'm going to press that on, wait, do I want a glitter base? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to use my Too Faced glitter glue, and I'm going to put that on like the lower part of my outer portion of my eye. And then I'll tell you about my top 5 TV shows, top 5 favorite TV shows. So I don't really watch a whole lot of TV like that's on like the TV right now. Like I like to watch TV shows that were on like Netflix and things like that that have been discontinued, but I do watch a couple of shows on, let's say, Prime or Crave or Netflix or whatever, and I also watch some on cable, but not very many. But I will mention ones throughout time that have been my favorite and I think would still potentially be my favorite if they were on. I don't really think there's much rules to the answer portion. I think we're just sort of getting to know each other. And so basically I love Friends would be like one of my shows that I really truly love. I think it's hilarious. It's very, very 90s. So a lot of it doesn't quite make a lot of sense now, like when they talk about the context of the topics of the show. But the rest of it, it's funny. Like I really like it. I like the fact that they're so tight as friends and they get along really well and they're always there for each other, but they still bicker like family. And I really like that context of the show, and even till like now they're still friends. So I really, really like that show a lot. I love Dexter. Dexter is like one of my favorite shows, and it's coming back in November, you guys. Really excited about that. I'm so pumped to watch Dexter again, and I see like Deborah's on it in the trailer, but I don't know how. Like I think she's probably gonna be like what her dad used to be to him. Probably she's gonna do like something like that, but I was really hoping that she didn't actually die and he was just like, you know, drugged up in a dream and she was like there with him. But I highly doubt that that's what they're gonna do with that. But I'm so excited. I can't wait to see like what they're gonna come up with, and it just looks so good. I like true crime. Okay, now when I say I like true crime, I like the documentaries, I like podcasts, I like the YouTube channels that have it. I'm very interested in it. I don't love the detail, but it's interesting to learn about where these people came from, why they did what they did, like what made them the person that they became. It's really sad at times, but it's also like, you know, that doesn't give you the excuse. But I really enjoy true crime. I'm just not a fan of the detail aspect. Like I wouldn't want to see that. I could never see that. You know, like I would never be able to be the police officer on the scene and finding that. No, like that's just not my jam. But, you know, watching like Dexter and stuff like that where, you know, it's makeup and things like that's not so bad. I don't mind some, like I love Halloween shows, things like that. So like, yeah, Friends and Dexter, great. I really liked what's that called? With Walter White in the meth lab. I can't remember what it's called now. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I really liked that show. My husband and I watched that all the time. And yeah, like Arrested Development, I really liked that show a lot. I don't know if it's my top now. Maybe those would be like my bottom, like the 5, but like jumbled together in number 5. And then I really like, okay, you guys are gonna probably like throw beans and stuff at me. I don't know why I said that, but I really, really like Bachelor in Paradise. I really like Bachelor in Paradise. I love it. I love it so much. It's so fun to watch. It's like you're watching your high school explode when you don't have to experience it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. I like those kind of TV shows. There's also another one my massage therapist actually told me about on, I want to say it's, I love Love Island too. So those would be like in the same realm. And there's another one. What is it called now? So I can't remember, but there's like, you choose like 10 people and 10 people and they are their scientific perfect match, and they have to, maybe it's called the perfect match. I don't even remember. So now what I'm doing, sorry, is I'm going to be taking my icing eyeshadow from Glamlight and I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my eye, and then I'm just going to use, now what do I have here? Gold Glitch, which is right here, and Galaxy. I'm like, what was the other one? This one right here. And I'm just going to put those So I'm going to put one in the center and I'm going to put the lighter one on the inner corner. This is super light and basic. I was expecting it to be like, you know, really trouble to like figure out how to use these, but this is like, so I got some really easy eyeshadows today. So anyways, yeah, I can't remember what that other one is called. It was such a good show, and I watched, like, I back-to-back watched all the episodes. If you guys know which one that I'm referring to, like, write it in the comments. It was such a good show, like, really ridiculous, and like, you know, toxic relationships and toxic people. But when they found the person that they were like matched up with, it was almost like you could see that the person was like who they were supposed to be after they figured it out. It was very interesting. I just thought it was like super interesting. But yeah, I love Love Island. I'm just obsessed with Cachet. I think she's so wonderful. And Cinco, I felt like he had such a take on there where it was like people were against him because he couldn't figure out what he wanted to do, but he was just trying not to hurt people. And then of course, like, Cachet was with some other guy who turned out to be a turd. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. He was just doing what his heart was telling him to do. And yeah, I don't know. I just felt like she's amazing. So like, you know, I'm sort of biased and I wanted everything to work out for her. But he like seemed so genuine, and then he like kind of screwed her over, but it worked out great because then she found Cinco at the airport. Okay, anyway, I'm a geek, I know. That's okay with me. I think what I'm going to use next, what do I want to use? Where is my eyeshadow? There we go, my eyeshadow brush. Okay, so the next I'm going to use the Glamlight. It doesn't have a number or a name or anything, but it's just a short shader brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade Galaxy first, which I thought was the lighter one. It has more reflection, but this one looks like the lighter one, so I'm going to put this in the inner corner. So we're going to go in with Galaxy first on the center of the lid and maybe bring some of that shine. And I think it also matches really well with Supernova on the outer portion. But these are just way too light for my liking. I feel like this eyeshadow palette is just not like as bold as I need it to be, because I usually use it as a pairing palette. I don't usually use it on its own. But the eyeshadows in here are so beautiful, and they have so much texture and shine, and I truly love these eyeshadows. They're really beautiful. If you don't have this, I definitely recommend you check it out. It's so pretty. So yeah, like those are some of my favorites. I'm trying to think. I'm probably forgetting a whole bunch of TV shows right now. I used to love Grey's Anatomy, but I just cannot handle that lead actress anymore. And I kind of like, I liked it when it was first started, but I think it should have ended like so many seasons ago. And I really love George. He was my very favorite actor. I love him so much. When he got killed off, I was just like, okay, I don't even want to watch this anymore. And then he came back for like one of the later seasons as like when what's her face was unconscious, whatever. So I was like, oh my god, bring him back. But obviously, like, you can't do that. Okay, now for Gold Glitch, I'm gonna go in and place this on the inner corner and pull it up. You guys can probably barely see this eyeshadow on me. This is so not like me. It's super pretty though, but I just feel like it's so soft. Really soft and really just pretty eyeshadow. Trying to pick up some of those flakes to get some major texture and shine. But I do like the three of those colors together. It's really pretty. What else do I like for TV shows? I think that's pretty much it. Like Dexter is like one of my faves. I could watch that all the time. Oh, I love X-Files. I think X-Files is another one of my truly favorites, and I do watch that probably once every 2 or 3 years because we actually have the seasons. So I'll go back and watch that multiple times. Like, of course, every couple of years I'll watch it once through. And of course it gets worse and worse as the season goes on because, again, things should just end at a time. But I loved when they did the Monster of the Week kind of thing. So they would have, like, you know, that guy who ate people's livers, and he would like be able to stretch himself out super far and go through the ductwork, and oh, it was so creepy. And the way that he made his nest, ugh, I love it. I love it. If you haven't seen X-Files and you're like, you know, a 90s or 2000s baby, I highly recommend you try and find those seasons. They are very old school, so I'm sure you'll probably roll your eyes. That's okay. I truly love it. I think it's so much fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this last shade on the lower lash line, which is called Haze, but I want to put my white base down, so I'm gonna use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I always want to say white because I always just use like the plain white one. So I'm just going to try and, oh, this is like super short. Should I sharpen this first? I think I'll sharpen it first. Okay, so let's move on because I'm banging through this makeup really quickly. It's just really soft. I will go in a little bit and like touch up the crease and things, but I'm really enjoying the soft and subtleness of it. But again, it's just super subtle for me. I usually wear a lot more makeup. Next question is least favorite part of your makeup application. So I don't really have a least favorite part. Trying to think, like I enjoy everything that I do. I feel like makeup is incredibly therapeutic. But what I hate about the process of makeup is cleaning my brushes. I absolutely hate cleaning my brushes, if I can consider that. Like, you use your makeup products so much and then you have to clean the brushes after. That is the worst part of a like makeup application in general, is trying to clean everything after. Like, look at this. I'm just sharpening my thing and it's disgusting. And I've gone in there with isopropyl alcohol and I've tried to clean it out and stuff. I'm about ready to toss this and get a new one because I just can't anymore with this. It's so disgusting. And this is only from like the last couple months because I did just clean it. But I've been using so much lipstick and lip liner and eyeliner lately that it's just, ugh. So yeah, there's that. Maybe that. Sharpening my eye pencils. I don't really have a thing I don't like. I enjoy lipstick. I enjoy like putting on lashes. I enjoy doing my eyebrows. I truly love applying my makeup. I think it's so much fun. So I don't really have any portion that I hate. Not of the application, but the removal part of like cleaning your brushes, trying to take like glitter off your face, like that I don't like. That kind of stuff I really dislike when it comes to makeup, but otherwise I love the application process in general. Okay, wow. The next question is your least favorite eyeshadow color to use. Completely, like hands down, would be blue. Anything like a mid-tone shiny blue, like one that's in my what is it not Graveyard, is it Graveyard Project Pan? No, I think it's my deck of panning. One of my projects anyways, I have a blue eyeshadow. No, I can't handle blue eyeshadow. Navy I can handle because it just goes in the outer portion, but like anything that I have to physically wear all over the lid, blue is just not my jam. I cannot stand it. And I'm also really over I think because I wore it way too much. I was trying to pan the Heritage Rouge pigment from MAC years ago, and it's like a maroon, shimmery maroon color, and I was just doing like a ton of like all over smoky eye Heritage Rouge looks every single day to try and plow through it. That was not fun at all for me. I did not like it at all. But I enjoyed it at first. But blue eyeshadow I don't even enjoy applying. In saying that though, I did just do a blue look using my, was it ColourPop? I think I used my ColourPop eyeshadow palette, or what was it? I'm pretty sure it was ColourPop, the one that has like all the shades in it, the Hue Fade into Hue, I think it's called. And by the way, I'm going in with Haze right now. And I actually liked how that looked. I was shocked at how much I enjoyed that eyeshadow look, even though it was all blue. But I think it was because I had all of the shades together necessary to put on a complete eye look. And I don't normally. I usually have like one blue shade in a palette, or I'll have like one blue shade here and there. And I'm like not going to go picking through 16 different palettes to find like the one that I want to wear. So yeah. So that's going to look a little odd because I don't have anything to deepen up the blue shade. Or the seafoam color, I guess I should say. But yeah, blue is like the worst color, honestly, for me. But I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone and trying more like blue eyeshadow looks, because I do have blue eyeshadow in my collection. It's just not something that I'm like in love with, kind of thing. So when I wear it, I have to be like really in the mood to wear blue eyeshadow. So you almost never see me with blue eyeshadow on. So that's all the colors. So now what I'm going to do, first I'll show you this beautiful palette again. It's so gorgeous. And these were the colors that I got to work with today. I kind of want to put the gold up here as well, but it's just really dark. I think too dark. So I hope Ruth doesn't mind. I'm going to go in with Momentum, which is the shade right here, and just like set underneath my eye. I'm probably going to wash this off shortly anyhow, because today is September 30th, so this won't be going up until the weekend. But it is Truth and Reconciliation Day in Canada, and I want to support by wearing some orange eyeshadow. So for those of you who don't know what Truth and Reconciliation Day is, it is for the residential school survivors and all the children that lost their lives going to residential school, Indigenous people throughout Canada. And the US, I don't know if the US is doing the same day as us, but today is the day that we honor those who didn't make it home from school and who were forced to cut their hair and lose their heritage and their language, and forced to, you know, do Catholicism and all that stuff, that they never knew what that was, and they were just forced to lose their culture and heritage and language and do that. And they were abused and killed and tortured, and it's just too much. And so today we are honoring those people wearing orange, which I'm going to be changing shortly. I actually thought I was going to have more purples. I didn't get a single purple, but I thought like having this side of the palette that has quite a few purples, I thought I was going to get some purple, so I wore purple for the video. But yeah, my son and I are going to change into our orange shirts shortly, and yeah, we're going to learn. I have a whole bunch of websites and things I want to read up on and information and stuff, and my grandpa is a residential school survivor, so I'm really proud of him. He said they were very strict. He's about 90 years old, so he doesn't quite remember everything, and it's just too hard for him to go back in the past and remember everything that he went through. But he made it out and made it home, and but he was forced to do all those things, cut his hair, and they were really rude, and like whipped his hands and all that kind of stuff, and just very strict. But that's all that he can remember. I'm sure there's a whole lot more, but unfortunately, you know, I mean, I'm glad he doesn't have to think back on that, to be completely honest. I'm just gonna pull you guys in a little bit, and I don't want to get too dark and deep, because that's not what this video is about. It really is about Ruth and I and our connection and our friendship, and I really truly appreciate her so much, and I'm so thankful that she wanted to do this with me. It means the world to me, because I really have a really nice group of friends on YouTube, and the whole community for panning and the makeup community, the people that I've talked to are so nice and so kind, and I'm really happy that I'm back on YouTube and making these wonderful friends and connections that I am. So Ruth, thank you so much. I just treasure you more than you know. All right, so the next question, and I believe this is the last question, so I'm going to start doing my mascara, which I'm going to use the Big Eagle by Tarte. And it is, what is your favorite food? If you can tell, I like my food. So I am obsessed with ethnic foods. And when I say like ethnic foods, I mean stuff that's not just, you know, Canadianized food. I love East Indian food. That's like one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, I love roti or naan. I love aloo gobi and dal makhani and not so much the butter chicken, but I like tandoori chicken. So hot and so good. Also, I really truly love Thai food. Thai food is, again, it's got curry in it. It's so damn good. I am obsessed with Thai food. We have quite a few really incredible restaurants here where I live, and I just enjoy going to a different restaurant and trying them out. And usually, like, the worse area, the more grungy area, the more like hole looking the restaurant, the better the food. Like, you will probably look at it and go, oh gosh, like I'm scared to go in there, and then you're gonna get in and eat your food and leave feeling so full and just like so happy. It's so good. Like, honestly, like Thai food and East Indian food are like hands down my favorite. I also like seafood. Like, I love seafood. I don't know if, like, I get food poisoning quite often, and I don't know if it's because of seafood. I have a feeling mostly it's because of dairy, because I'm lactose intolerant. And so I don't eat a lot of dairy products or cheese or anything like that. I just try really hard not to. And if I do, I can get like dairy-free things, like lactose-free things, I mean. And that really seems to help. And then I can enjoy the things like nachos and stuff. I don't really like pizza. So I don't really eat a lot of pizza. I don't like ice cream that much. I know I'm really strange. I'm a Canadian girl that doesn't like pizza or ice cream. Like, who am I? But I'm happy that I'm not a huge fan of that. I would rather go to an East Indian restaurant or a Thai restaurant or something like that and get that food. Oh, I freaking love sushi. Oh my gosh. And kimchi. Oh my gosh. I love, okay, so Korean food too and Japanese food too. I love ethnic food. Oh my gosh. I just love it. And I love pancit. If you guys are familiar with Filipino food or Filipino culture, like they have such a spread at their gatherings. It's like, I've had so many Filipino friends growing up. I loved school because I had the most diverse group of friends. And every time you went to someone's house, it was always different and it was always fun and you were always learning something new and fun. So I was very lucky. Like, when I met my husband, he wasn't really cultured in the way of going out and trying a bunch of different foods, and he really was just like pizza and burgers. That was his like thing or whatever. Or his mom would make him some specific dishes to his family's backgrounds and stuff, which was cool. But I don't know, like I just introduced him to so many different things. Like, well, sushi he doesn't like, which I'm like, really? Who doesn't like sushi? I mean, a lot of people don't, but I love sushi. And then yeah, I introduced him to East Indian food, and we go at least like 5 or 6 times a year. We buy like $100 worth of food and we just eat it all weekend, and then we're like good for a bit. So it's so good. Like, even my son likes it. He's 4 and he loves it. I'm just using the MAC Giga Black Lash, Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara on the bottom lash line. Okay, this is really awkward to do looking at my screen. So forgive me, I want to talk, but it's like hard as hell. So just let me get through this. You guys can tell, like, this is not my best application. I just feel like it's so subtle and so light. I'm sure Ruth's is going to be amazing. She did so good in the last one. I cannot wait to see what she comes up with this time. I was so pumped to watch her video, and I so can't wait to watch this one. But yeah, I feel like I really like got chinsed out on the color. Like, I just got such basic colors, and although they look really nice together, I'm just like, where's the color? Oh well. But yeah, anyways, about food. Back to food. Yeah, I'm like all about the food. I love it. I love it so much. I think it's wonderful. And I was, like I said, very lucky growing up to have such incredible friends and such an incredible like way of growing up and learning about all the diversities. And I actually am getting connected with some of those friends again that I knew from elementary and high school and junior high. I'm going back in with Utopia, by the way, which is the color I used in the crease. And I'm just making that a little bit more prominent. Just a little bit more, because I feel like it's just a little too subtle, and I want to blow all of this up a bit. Just make sure the color is really, really there. All right, yeah, so those are like my favorites, like for sure East Indian food, Thai food, Japanese, Korean. I'm not a fan of Chinese food, but it's only because they have so much MSG and I get migraines. Otherwise, I think I could probably handle it, but I shouldn't say that. I love the wonton soup with the pork balls. Those are so good, like the pork wontons. But if I had to choose, like I would choose Chinese food last, just because I get so much headache from the MSG, especially from where I live. The places that are making them just use so much MSG, and it's just really, really hard. It's not enjoyable to like eat your food and just be like suffering so hardcore the next few days. But yeah, I love so much. And then seafood, like I love Red Lobster. I really want to go to the East Coast and like visit a whole bunch of restaurants that have like huge lobsters, like king crab lobsters, or king crab lobsters, king crab legs, and lobster tails. Wow. But anyways, yeah, this is the look, you guys. All of my questions are answered. I hope you really enjoyed this. I know I was all over the place. That's pretty normal for me. But this is the Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty, and this is the look that I came up with. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. I cannot believe that I didn't get more punchy eyeshadows, and I don't really have like a deepening eyeshadow shade, but I really love all of these like shimmery, beautiful, like this one here, which is called Gold Glitch, and then this one here, which is called Galaxy, and then this one down here, which is sort of a little more muted but still very beautiful and glittery, and it's called Supernova. So yeah, this is the palette. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. But also don't forget to go and check out Ruth's channel. She is amazing and you will love her. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.